Okay, so I'm showing today a demonstration of my new module called Account Invoice Import Simple PDF. I'm giving this presentation from the Bouleurs Abbey in the south of France, so I don't have a good internet connection. Sorry for that. It's a very nice place. If you want to have a look, they've been on TV. It's a Abbey of Sisters that's been on TV last weekend. If you want to have a look, it's very nice. So let me introduce the topic. First, to tell you that okay, the goal is to import a vendor bill in Odoo, okay, from a PDF file or well, any kind of invoice. If you have a Facturix invoice, it's a PDF invoice with an embedded XML file following the Facturix standard, then you should not use the module I'm presenting today. We have a dedicated module called Account Invoice Import Facturix. We will read the XML file and import the invoice without any with 100% accuracy and without any special setup. If you have an UBL invoice, either an XML invoice or a PDF invoice with an embedded UBL file, UBL is sort of competing standard with Facturix. Again, you should use the dedicated module Account Invoice Import UBL. But if you have an old school PDF invoice, so without any embedded XML file, no UBL, no Facturix, then, well, up to now, you could use Account Invoice Import Invoice to Data. But now you should prefer the new module I'm presenting today, which is called Account Invoice Import Simple PDF. Account Invoice Import Invoice to Data is a module that I developed back in 2015 for Odoo version 8. It's been maintained up to now. It's available on OCA EDI. It was one of the first modules to get on this GitHub project. It was announced on Accretion's blog in December 2015 under the Christmas present for the Odoo community. It was using an existing Python lib called Invoice to Data, hence the name of the module. And to make it work, you had to have this kind of YAML template, one for each supplier. If you had a look at what these YAML templates look like, for example, for this company here, we had some technical instructions. We call it regular expressions to extract the relevant data, amount without tax, date, etc. And you had to write these strange notations called regular expression to add support for a new supplier. So that was something that was not very long. As you can see, it's 10 lines of technical instructions, but you need software skills. You need to be a developer. The accountant couldn't do it by himself, and that was the main, the main drawback of that modules. So first, let me tell you that this new module has several common points with this old Invoice to Data module. So what are the limitations? What are the drawbacks of these two modules? So both these modules can only import, when you will import the invoice to Odoo, you will have only one invoice line. If your vendor bill has several lines, in Odoo, you will only get one line with the total amount, okay? So you will not have the details of the line. Second thing is that we don't really have a real serious support for refunds. It will work on bills, but refunds, it's more difficult because, you know, it can be presented very differently with positive amounts and with the mentioned refund, or with negative amounts, with etc. We could support it, but it's not very convenient. So as you don't have refunds, receive refunds every day, we focused on really importing the bills and let the refunds be encoded manually. These two solutions, they are not 100% they won't work 100% of the time, because when the layout of the invoice of the vendor bill changes, because he changed his IT system, or because he decided to have a new layout for his invoice, it may break, and you have to update your configuration to make it work again. And these two modules are designed to work on original PDF invoices, not on a scan of a paper invoice. In fact, it can use the invoice to data module had a sort of fallback. If it wouldn't be able to extract the text of the PDF, it would fall back on an OCR. But the results are not very reliable. Depends on the quality of the OCR. So I don't recommend that. And in the simple PDF, I didn't implement the fallback on OCR when you are not able to extract text, or when it's an image in the PDF. So what I say, it's okay, use it on original PDF invoice, not on a paper invoice taken from a can. We could try. You could try, or we could update the code to have a fallback on OCR. Why not? But that's not my main focus. What are the differences? Well, the main advantage of this new module, Simple PDF, it's that the accountant himself can add support for a new supplier. He doesn't need development skills to do that, and that's the key change with this new module. And it's super fast, super easy to add support for a new supplier. I mean, really. The accountant can do it, that's for sure. And the advantage of invoice to data has two small advantages compared to simple PDF. It was easy to share supplier support between different Odoo installations, because once you have this YAML file, and if you share this file among your different Odoo installations, or you contribute it upstream to the invoice data project, well, that would share the support for a new supplier. And also, something I realized only recently is that with invoice to data, you could have several different templates for the same vendor. For example, you have a big phone vendor that has different layouts for different kinds of business units inside the group, with the same VAT number, but different business units, with different layouts on invoice. With invoice to data, you could have different templates to adapt to each layout, and you can do that at the moment in the module Simple PDF. Well, that's live. So it's available since July 24th. It was been announced on our blog. It's available for version 14. It's merged in OCIDI, and it's available for version 12 in this pull request. And small reminder, the two modules are not compatible. Maybe we could make them compatible one day, but at the moment it's not the case. They are not compatible. Why did I start this project? Because I was fed up with developing these YAML templates for invoice to data. In fact, one company contacted me. They wanted to have support for this importing PDF invoice, and they had 50 different suppliers to support. So I would have to develop 50 YAML templates, and I said, "Oh no, it's not fun. I can do it, but it's not fun." And then I started this project. Really, I didn't want this mission to develop these 50 YAML templates. So I said, okay, we can do better. And I started the project immediately the day after. And also, it was also a frustration that when it wouldn't work on invoice to data, you had to go back coding and update your YAML template. That was really a frustration to have to go back coding when it doesn't work. So that's why I started this project. Using my experience of developing YAML templates, I realized that it was always the same kind of regular expression. I wanted to get rid of the limitations of Odoo data, and I started the project. How does it work? Well, it's very similar to how it used to work with invoice to data. First, okay, when you ingest the PDF file, it has a raw extraction of the text. Okay, that's why it needs to be an original PDF with real text that you can copy paste or select, not a full image. So raw text extraction of the PDF. Then we will identify the vendor using the VAT number or one or several keywords to match a partner in Odoo. So, and once we have matched the partner in Odoo, we can read the configuration on the partner, read the configuration for the fields we want to extract. To make it work, you have a minimum list of fields to extract and set up. So the date, the invoice number, which is, you could do it without the invoice number, but for me, yeah, you should extract the invoice number. And then you need 2 amount fields among the 3. So total with tax, total without tax, total tax. Obviously, when you have 2 of them, you can deduct the 3rd one. So you need to have at least 2 out of these 3 amount fields set up. That's the minimum. Then you can also extract some additional fields like due date, the start date and end date. If you use in the account closing project of the OCA, the account invoice start and dates, then you can extract, it can be useful to extract these 2 fields and maybe also the description. So how does it work? It's pretty simple. That once you have set up the fields, then it will extract all the dates of the document using their configured format. And then you have the possibility to configure a special format for one or several dates. It works when they are not all in the same format, which was a limitation of Invoice to Data. You couldn't do that. And you can do that with this new module. Same for the amount. They extract all the amounts. I implemented a small hack to filter out the amounts for the capital or the VAT rates. It's a hack. Huh? It may not work all the time, but this hack for the moment works in English and French. We should update it to make it work on other languages. But yeah. And then for each field, you set up the position. It will extract so all the dates, okay? It has a list of all the dates you found in the document. And you will say, my date, the invoice date, for example, I'm looking for, it's the first one, or the last one, or the second, the third, well, the position from the first, or the position from the last. So you can configure it like way, or you can give the order position. So we will order the date from minimum to maximum. And you say, okay, this is the smallest date, or the highest date, or the second smallest, or the second high. You understand what I mean. And for each field, you can also set up a starting and entry. I will show that in the demonstration. So let's go. Let's do. So here I have an Odoo version 14 Community Edition. I have installed the module. So I have an invoice to import. Okay, here is my invoice I want to import. It's an invoice in French. And well, the first thing is to create the partner, because it's a new partner. It hasn't been created in my database. Okay, so I create this partner Moon group. Okay, so I create the partner. I use my new shortcut to create the partner from the VAT number. It's very convenient. It works it's a module in French localization. So yeah, I just paste the VAT number of the national number, and then with an API, he gets a free API. It gets the relevant data. Then you go in this tab, vendor bill import. And first thing you have to do is to configure the invoice import configuration. This is something which is common to all the modules of the OCA that import invoices. You will create this invoice import configuration. Here, the method for invoice line, as I said, you have to select a single line method. So single line no product or single line static product. Okay, let's go single line no product. So I have to give him the expense account. So in French, it's this. So it will always be this expense account. You have to select the tax. He will force the tax amount, but at least you will have this tax here. You can set up an analytic account if you want. And then you can force a description. He will force it. So I will say the description will be monthly Moon card subscription. This will be my my description of the invoice. Then I go back to the partner. So I have one invoice import configuration. Okay, perfect. Then let's set up the configuration here. Keywords here, we will use the VAT number as keyword, so I can leave the keywords empty. The VAT number is written on the invoice, so he will be able to match the partner using the VAT number, which will be extracted from the PDF. So no need, I leave keywords empty. Page analysis, I can say, okay, should I extract only the first page or all the pages? Well, here it's small bill, only one page, so no matter. But when you have a big phone bill with the details of the communications, and all the information you need is only on the first page, it's better to say, okay, just extract the first page. That will lower the number of amount or date fields he finds in the document, so it will be easier to set up. Invoice currency. So I have to give him the invoice currency, but if it's the company currency, you can leave it empty. So here it's the company currency. I leave that field empty. Then I have to give him the date format. Here, what is the date format in this document? It's day, month, and year on 2 digits. It's the same for all the dates of the document. So here I will put this global setup here. So day, month, year on 2 digits. And the separator is a slash. Okay. Then I should give him the decimal and thousand separator. So let's see in this document, well, I don't know the thousand separator because it's a very small bill, but the decimal separator is a comma. So I should configure the decimal separator as comma. In fact, I can leave it empty because I've set up the language of this partner as French. And on the French language, the decimal separator is comma. So I can leave it empty. He will read it from the language of the partner. If it's not the same as on the language, you have to configure it explicitly. Then I have to tell him how the invoice number is formatted. So I have a look at this invoice number here. That's the invoice number of the invoice. You can recognize the Moon, so it's a sort of prefix, the name of the company. Then 21, 03, 55, 89. 21 is obviously the year, I guess. And then this is an invoice of September. Well, it's a 6 digits, okay? So we have a prefix, the year on 2 digits, and 6 digits. So let's set up this invoice number format. So the fixed part is Moon, okay? Then I have the year on 2 digits. Then I have 6 digits, okay? 6 digits. Maybe one day at the end of the year, they have a big number of invoices. Maybe the invoice number will go to 7 digits, maybe. So I can say a number of digits between 6 and 7, for example. That will be more tolerant on future evolutions, for example. So I have configured the invoice number format. Now I have to give the extraction rules for the different fields. I have a button here that will generate a default rules. Then I can tune. So here by default he created 4 rules for this minimum set of fields. So the total amount with tax, he would extract the maximum value. Here we could say that the total amount, it's the last, obviously the last value. So I will change it. Instead of giving max, I will take the last one. Yeah, last. Then the untaxed amount, maybe we could say it's the 3rd position from the last. Okay, yeah, let's try that. So specific position from end 3, well, that's the default, the default. So let's keep that. The invoice number, usually the rule is always first because he will match only once on this kind of string. So we say first. Well, that's obviously the case almost all the time. And the invoice date, we say, okay, first. Yeah, good. we could add, well, here the due date, it's the same. So then, well, let's start with this minimum set of rules just for the test. And here, once you have this setup, we have to test it because we are not sure about the results. So here you have a test section at the bottom of this page. So I will upload one of the PDF, and then I click on Run Test. And here he will run the text extraction, and he will print a detailed report about the result. And he will also print the result of the raw text extraction here, okay? The result of the raw text extraction. So let's have a look at the report. Here we see that, okay, searching the partner, it has successfully matched on the VAT number. So he found that partner, perfect. Current partner found, that's what we want. Okay, he reminds me of the amount setup. The total, he has extracted all these amounts here, okay? And it was configured to get the last amount. So the last one was 12, okay? Well, these two lines, the first line, the raw list is the result of the regular expression, which is given here as for technical people, but ignore it if you're not a very technical guy. So this is the result of the raw regular expression, and the valid data filtered list is, really float that he found in this list. So here the same list. So, okay, fine, 12, that's perfect. So for the amount untaxed, it was specific position, third position before the end. So third position before the end, he extracted 10 euros. That's perfect. That's the amount without tax on this invoice here. Okay. Then he has successfully extracted the invoice number. And on the date, it's not the good date. There's a mistake. The date was September 13th. And he has extracted September 1st. So there's a problem with the date. I told him it was the first one, because when I look at the document, it's the first one, okay? But the raw list of date extraction, following this regular expression here, he extracted all these dates. And in fact, I can see that the first date is not a good one. Why? Because when you have a look at the text extraction, I figured out that my block, which is at the top right of this invoice, in the raw text extraction, he extracted at the end of the text. Well, sometimes when you have that in the PDF, I mean, you read it as a human from top to bottom, but the machine reads it differently depending on the structure of the PDF. And here, this block, he read it at the end. It can happen sometimes. So that's why, in fact, my invoice date is it's probably this one. It's the same as the due date. So I will tell him it's the last. So I change the configuration. I say last. I run the test again. Okay. And let's check if, now the invoice date is the good one. Okay. I can add some rules. I could add, for example, the start date and end date. So I say start date, the first one, and end date, it's the second position. Okay. So I run the test again. So here, okay, the start date is a good one, and the end date is a good one. We can see that in the document here. So now the setup is finished. I save the setup. Okay, and now let's play. And this is, I go to invoicing. I click on my purchase journal. I have this shortcut button here, upload, or I can use the import here. It's the same. It will it opens the wizard. I drop my, here I have 3 bills. Okay, July, yeah. Import. And here is the magic. Yeah, good. I have my draft vendor bill. It's the total amount is the good total amount. The label is the label that I forced. The expense account is okay. The analytic account is okay. start date 1st of July, end date 21st of July. And well, it's all good. And it has put as attachment the PDF. Yeah, fine. So I can confirm that. And then I can import, I can import my invoice of August. Only a few seconds. Yeah, good. My invoice token, I check that everything is fine. Start date, end date, bill date, due date. Yeah, great. The invoice number successfully extracted. Okay, I confirm. Then I can import September. Yeah. So as you can see, I have just imported 3 invoices in a few seconds. He creates a draft. I have a look at the chatter to see if he had is there a specific warning or a message? It's printed in the chatter. For example, he had to force the VAT amount. It's printed in the chatter and then confirm. Here you go. That was the demonstration. And that was the end of my presentation. I think I'm right on time. We may not have time for questions, but you can ask me questions privately. I'll do my best to answer.
Definitely, Alexi. So hopefully you can get over to Discord as well, where we can have a discussion on the track. I certainly know that even for myself, I've probably got 10 or 20 questions after that presentation. So thank you very much for that.
I don't hear you very well, Graham, but...
Yeah, it seems to be you've got some kind of volume issues today. So all I was saying was we can continue the discussion over on the Discord track, possibly even in the repo. And thank you very much for a great presentation. It's great to see this module finally merged in. And thank you again.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.